The Thunder throttled up last night thanks to the sharp shooting of Chet Holmgren. They come in 11-1, 5-0 at home. But tonight, a difficult test thanks to the revitalization of Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers, who are 8-3 and an excellent road record of 5-1. The fans making their way inside Paycom Center. What a fantastic matchup we have for you tonight on the Western Conference. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Welcome inside, everybody. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Cage, I'm Chris Fisher. And Michael, as we mentioned, the Thunder come into this game 11-1 on the season. The latest last night, that victory over the Golden State Warriors, one of the more dominant victories that we've seen so far this year for OKC.
Well, everybody's chipping in right now. You still have a lot of pieces missing, but you got some big pieces that put up some big numbers last night. I thought that Chet Holmgren was outstanding. Anytime you have a game like that where he goes perfect from the field, check out some of the action from this guy, folks. He was just phenomenal. Had 11 points in the first half, 23 points for the game, but it was how he got them. He was contested, it was uncontested, he got dunks, he got movement around the basket, making nice little fadeaway, really showed off his offensive skills.
He has been so determined to show his improvement, and he was aggressive and assertive early. Michael, you look at that 9-for-9 field goals. He was perfect, but it wasn't just last night. He's been excellent all year.
That's right. He's been putting up all-star numbers, and he did all that action last night, folks, in just 24 minutes of play. So you like the efficiency as well.
We'll see if that efficiency continues here tonight for Chet Holmgren and the rest of this Thunder team. He's going to have a difficult matchup against a very good Los Angeles Lakers team that is 8-3. Michael, they haven't had LeBron James all year long, but they have had Luka Doncic, and they get Austin Reeves back after missing the last 3 games. They are 2 30-point-per-game scorers.
That's right, and Luka Doncic, he's the head of the snake. He's one of those guys who plays. He's got the highest usage of anybody in the NBA at over almost 38%. But the surprise this year has been Austin Reeves, a local kid, went to the University of Oklahoma, is putting up 30 a game. Who would have ever thought that, to match the 37 that Doncic is averaging?
They have been absolutely potent on the offensive end. It presents a difficult test, Michael, for this #1 rated defense for Oklahoma City on the season. How do you slow those guys down?
Well, first of all, you got to keep them in front of you, because this is a team that likes to get to the paint. Now, we know Doncic likes to get to the paint just by the history of his game. Austin Reeves is also one of those guys. The Lakers are a team that's very paint heavy. They score over 54 points in the paint, and they average, what, 64% of their shots are made in the paint.
All right, the Thunder were extremely sharp last night against Golden State. Another tough test tonight in the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a fun one here from downtown Oklahoma City. Michael will have his keys to the game when we come back. First matchup of the year between these two teams. Thunder basketball on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by MidFirst Bank, official currency of Thunder fans. By Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. And by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. Back end of a back-to-back. Let's take a look at tonight's Riverwind Casino wild card keys to the game. Michael.
Well, the Lakers average about 54 points in the paint. They're going to get there early and often. Thunder need to protect that paint tonight. Well, Thunder have been rebounding the basketball good all season. What's going to be the key to that is a rebound and run, get out in transition. And I'll tell you something that's really been a problem for a lot of teams on the road and at home is that ball movement of the Thunder. It has been very solid. 29 assists last night against the Warriors.
They played extremely well. Let's explore that ball movement. Michael, take us inside the play.
Well, there's a lot of complications to this here. You got the big guy with the ball. You're going to set a high pick and roll. And watch Caruso on this play. He just cuts, and then he curls, but he looks. Look, there's a freeze right here. Hartenstein is just surveying. You know, folks, he's looking for somebody. Maybe it's A.J. Mitchell. No, he's going to throw it over the top to Caruso, the guy who he originally set the high screen and roll with. This is a different guy. You got Chet and A.J. Mitchell in this high ball screen. Now take a look. This is a totally different look. It's on the side. Now look, okay, that was not going to happen as Chet rolled to the basket, but he's in that dunker slot. And you know when you're in that dunker slot, guess what's going to happen? That guy's shoes are going to dunk that basketball. Shea collapsing the defense. He had 4 guys around him, which freed up Chet along the baseline. Here's another one here. Now you got the big guy in the middle. He's a good passer. The defense is all looking, okay, we know this guy can pass the basketball. He's directing traffic with A.J. Mitchell. A little drop back coverage by one of the Warriors players. And then you got the guy back with the basketball in Hartenstein and a little curl action from the guard. Hello. How many times we seen that? Caruso had his turn. Now A.J. Mitchell. This is another different look. You got a guy here who's going to collapse the defense, and Jay Will. Take a look at this. Shea is usually used to all these guys collapsing on him. He smartly fades back to the corner three, and Jay Will just drops it to him. He had plenty of time to line that up, find nothing but the bottom of the net.
It's not very often you see SGA get a wide open three. The Thunder want to execute that again here tonight.
Starting lineup for your Oklahoma City Thunder. Starting at guard, 6'4", from UC Santa Barbara, number 25, A.J. Mitchell. At forward, 7'1", from Gonzaga, number 7, Chet Holmgren. At center, 7 foot from Germany, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein. And forward, 6'4", from Kentucky, number 22, Cason Wallace. And in guard, 6'6", from Kentucky, number 2, Shane Gilgeous-Alexander.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Kia. That was OKC. Let's give you the Los Angeles Lakers, 8-3 overall, announced by head coach J.J. Redick in year number 2. Luka Doncic has been as good as anybody in the NBA in the early part of the season, the NBA's leading scorer, and he's got Austin Reeves, another 30-point per game scorer, right with him in the backcourt. DeAndre Ayton comes over from the Portland Trailblazers. Rui Hachimura has really settled in Los Angeles since coming over from the Washington Wizards a few years ago. Marcus Smart, his first year in LA, and that is the quintet of Los Angeles. For the first time tonight, let's send it over and say hello to our very own Nick Gallo.
Thanks, Chris. The Thunder's goal to start the season was not to repeat an outcome from last year or try to be an identical team. Instead, the focus was on step-by-step improvement, and really repeating a process or a method was much more vital than anything else. And so far, we've seen the dividends of that early season mentality really play out on the defensive end of the floor. As you'll see here in tonight's score. In fact, the Thunder is once again at the top of the league in the major defensive categories, with far and away, guys, the best defensive rating in the league. Now, Alex Caruso told me that not taking steps backwards is just as important as taking strides forward. So all season long, this OKC squad is going to measure itself up to its own internal standards as opposed to living night to night.
Yeah, thank you, Gallo. That defense, Michael, it was surely stepped up last night. Just suffocated the Golden State Warriors. Another tough offensive team in the Los Angeles Lakers, still without LeBron James. But anytime you got to deal with a guy like Luka Doncic, that defense is going to be stress test.
That's right, partner. And he's got the highest usage rate of any player in the association right now at 38%. And he's got the numbers to back up to it. 37 points a game, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. But for the Thunder, you like what they did last night. Now, a different team tonight, more of a perimeter-based team, and the Warriors, this is more of a paint-first team. Collapse you and then kick out to the shooters, and then see if they can get all the way to the rim once they do get in that painted area. They're getting about 64% of their shots made once they get there.
It is late. We appreciate you being with us here for the later start time, even here in the Central Time Zone. But at long last, the wait is over. And we tip off here inside Paycom Center. And the Lakers win it with DeAndre Ayton handing it off to Doncic, who is so lethal, gives it right back to Ayton. But there is Chet Holmgren, pinned it up on the backboard. Activity on the defensive end, A.J. Mitchell. And an excellent look from 3 as he is getting his 4th consecutive start.
And how about that block by Chet? That's a sure dunk for Ayton. He did not expect that at all.
We see the advantage of Doncic with that 6'7" bulky frame. He's lost a little weight, and he looks svelte.
And he's got the numbers, too, to show you that he's stepping up his game with that excellent conditioning that he appears to be in.
Seems to be motivated with Los Angeles. Holmgren going to work. Tough shot, shooting it over the outstretched arm of Ayton, and left it a little bit short. This Lakers team has played extremely well on the road, 5-1. As that pass down to the corner, that's where Hachimura likes to live. Pulls up in the mid-range, missed it that time. Nice rebound by Hartenstein.
Hachimura is very effective in that area, but Chet, the bigger body, may have affected that shot.
Shea's first shot, a little bit long, as he was defended by Reeves. Now Reeves back the other way. Ayton, and that's an extended shot for him at the free throw line. But J.J. Redick has been very complimentary of Ayton in his early tenure with Los Angeles.
Well, you know, he's a much-needed pickup for them. A.J. Mitchell just continues to improve upon his sophomore season.
And Michael, it doesn't matter whether it's left hand or right hand. He gets downhill, he gets to the cup, he's finishing.
And you love that, too, because that's certainly what the Lakers like to do, especially when Ayton is away from the basket.
Wallace had to defend Curry last night, did an outstanding job. There is Hachimura, and he has been living on plays like that. That skip pass, he's shooting extremely well from three, over 52%.
Yeah, which is a different Lakers team without LeBron James. And how about that? 2 straight drives to the basket. Ayton has to be out front to guard Chet. The basket is unguarded right now.
Reeves, Boston on the way up. It's tapped up by A.J. Mitchell. He is going to send it down.
I don't think I've seen that. Steal the ball and dunk by A.J. Has he dunked at all this season?
I was going to say, that might be number 1. Don't underestimate those hops. Oh, there is Doncic on the step-back 3.
He's one of those guys, he likes to play in that half-court game, and he is solid with it. Very intentional.
SGA looking for a 3 of his own, right in front of the Thunder bench. And the pass, little too high, intended for Hachimura. That's a Lakers turnover.
How about this? Good poke away. And there's his highlight reel. You can see it later on YouTube. That guy there too. My goodness. 5 straight points for SGA. As he is heating up right now.
Got to his spot at the free throw line. Reeves likes that 3, a little bit off. And SGA head up, surveys the defense. Marcus Smart. And assume a bunch of different Lakers defenders going to try to take their turn on SGA. As Holmgren's got to give it up. 5 seconds for Wallace, right into the teeth of the defense. Hartenstein off the deck, the little hook shot is good, just in front of the expiration of the shot clock.
And he's so physical with the basketball. You know, instead of some guys trying to rush their shot, he puts it on the floor, makes the contact, and then controls the action with the basketball from there.
Hartenstein just looks so good and comfortable on the offensive end. That's a tough shot by Doncic, as Ayton's able to rip it away, but SGA momentarily got a piece. Smart, the 3, left it a little bit short. That should be last touch by Hachimura.
How about this? Now take a look at this, folks. He puts the ball on the floor. He hits it right there. That just gives him that space to get to that sweet spot. That nice little soft left hand.
SGA, still gonna get the bounce off the front of the rim. The soft touch.
I don't know. I thought there was a lollipop. I was waiting on it, but we'll take it anyway.
Doncic, that's no good. And SGA is going to get bumped and fouled in transition. Fouls on Doncic.
Take a look at this, folks. One hand the whole way.
Wow.
It wasn't like he was palming the ball like a Dr. J. He just kind of had it gracefully in his hand with a soft touch and a soft finish.
Feathery fingers.
Man, I like that. I gotta practice that in my church league. I just need to practice it first, though, before I try.
Yeah, I was going to say. You might want to practice on your own first. You don't want to bust that out without anybody seeing it. No. Great start for OKC. Time out on the floor.
Going up against the LA Lakers. They've got a 5-point lead here in the first quarter. Now, one of the biggest improvements for Oklahoma City this season has been their prioritization of making sure they're getting better every single day. And sometimes that improvement can be subtle. It can be nuanced. Other times, it can be really loud statistically. And that's been the case for Thunder second-year guard A.J. Mitchell, who's averaging 17 points per game this season. And that marks the largest scoring improvement in the league since last season. Also, Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic also in the top 5 for LA. But for AJ, what helped him take a step forward this season is getting stronger over the summer and also watching a lot of film. He said the game has really slowed down for him, but he's also learning a lot from his teammates. He said it's been a blessing being surrounded by so many great players, and he's been very intentional about learning from them and asking questions, guys.
Oh, there's that defense. Had that hand up, was anticipating on the backside, forced the turnover. Wallace misses the transition 3. And you get a kick ball. But you brought up the point last night, Michael, about A.J. Mitchell. He only played 36 games last year. He has not played a full 82 yet. And he's already showing the improvements from last year to this year. But you got to think the more experience that he gets going up against guys like Austin Reeves, the better he is going to get.
Absolutely. And that's where, you know, the measuring stick is. You know, also that guy, number 77 in purple as well.
And then DeAndre Ayton up in the air. That's going to be a personal foul on him. That's going to put Holmgren at the free throw line.
Now, you know, just to add to what Paris Dawson was talking about with A.J. Mitchell, that's a remarkable, you know, comeback from what you were averaging a season ago. Remember, he didn't even play the whole season last year, A.J. Mitchell. Had that turf toe, kept him out most of the year, worked on his game, his rookie season, and learned a lot by watching the game. I mean, he's come out of the gates just on fire this season, folks.
Let's take a look at tonight's Paris Devon injury report. No LeBron James. Gabe Vincent, ironically, Michael, another UCSB alum, which is where A.J. Mitchell went. Dort, Wiggins still out. And then the 3 names that have been on there all year. As Holmgren knocks down the free throw. There might be some blood on Chet's arm that he's going to have to get tended to. Some infection control here.
It's a good catch by Tony Brothers. Just to let him shoot his free throws and then look, okay, we got to clean this up.
Look how fast. I mean, he's about to get that wrapped up. That was fast.
You know, we're loving this, man. Look at this. Look at this, folks. His first 12 versus his last season 36 games. Remarkable. He's approaching that point total. We'll probably get it by the end of the month.
The interesting thing is, too, Michael, is we just went through all the names that have been out, and that's just tonight. There's been plenty of guys who've missed a ton of time. As Ayton inside was able to get that layup, plus a little contact from SGA, and a possible 3-point play. But with all the guys that the Thunder have had out, the man game's off, they have needed A.J. Mitchell in all of his offensive production, getting his 4th consecutive start. But they've needed his offense, particularly in the 4th quarter, where it's really excelled.
Well, in an 82-game schedule, you're going to get an opportunity. Now, you never expect to start in the first part of the season, but you got to always be ready, and he was ready. You know, Paris Dawson talked about what he worked on during the summer, and who would have thought that he would be starting right now? What is his 3rd, maybe 4th start so far in his young career? So you're loving that, and the kid just continues to, like, wow you. You know, just go, wow. I didn't know he could do that. And there's still more of that to come, folks. As he is just in the infancy stages of his young career.
Got it right back from Holmgren on LaRavia. Stops, pulls up, and that is so smooth. Right on cue. You see the stopping on a dime. Michael LaRavia was nowhere close to contesting that shot.
This just showed really just calmness, too.
Ayton almost lost it and did lose it.
How about the Thunder getting that deflection, then go picking up that loose change off the floor? It's one thing to deflect the ball, it's got to also be able to get to it.
That's a shot that Shea really likes, especially with LaRavia defending. Not able to get it. Transition opportunity for the Lakers. As Hachimura, now to Doncic. Wallace stayed down, good defense. It seemed like the timing of that shot was off for Doncic, who was determined to take it.
You made a good point there. He stayed down. Doncic is always trying to bait you, man, because he's just a terrific guy that knows how to draw fouls.
Mitchell had a look at a three. That's going to be last touched by LaRavia out of bounds. As Mark Daigneault is going to bring in Jay Will and Joe.
The Lakers would bring in Jared Vanderbilt, a defensive specialist.
They love to put him on SGA exclusively. Thunder got him off him, so SGA.
Yeah, look at all the shirts that are looking at Shea when he's got the basketball.
Wallace, a little too much club on that three. And now his attention goes back to Doncic. After the fantastic defensive job that he did against Steph Curry last night. That is a miss from Hachimura, who has not missed very many of those. He's almost been lights out from the corner in those three-point shots.
And that's been the improvement of his game, is being able to step away and knock down that shot on a night-to-night basis.
Holmgren wide open on the flare, nothing but nylon.
And how about Shea passing him open, having those eagle eyes to recognize that drop-back coverage stayed a little bit too long to stop him from driving.
Oh, Doncic showed that basketball, almost had it snatched away by SGA.
Take a look at this, folks. And he recognized immediately just a laser pass over to Chet. He was 2 for 2 from downtown last night.
Chet on the flare. That had to be a miscommunication, Michael, defensively.
Well, you know, pick your poison. Do you give up the drive to Shea, or do you give up the three to Chet?
Doncic doubled, and it leaves Ayton open as he caught it right near the restricted area.
That's one thing about Doncic, man. He's got eagle eyes, too. Can easily find his teammates in situations like that where he's being doubled.
Isaiah Joe working underneath. As SGA. Again, LaRavia defending. Little stutter step. Shot clock hit 5. And that'll be a kick ball, and that's going to benefit the Thunder. It's going to push that late shot clock all the way up to 14. Jackson Hayes comes in. And it looks like Mark Daigneault wants to get Alex Caruso his first action.
Just watch when Shea gets the basketball, how all the purple jerseys are looking at him. You're looking at the front of the numbers of a lot of the Laker players, not the back of those numbers. They respect highly what he's capable of doing with the basketball.
Doncic trying to stay in front of SGA. Dancing with it. Has to kick it back out. There is an open Caruso. And another three. All that attention going to SGA. Michael, you broke it down. That's going to be an offensive foul.
And when Shea has the basketball, the Lakers are really collapsing on it. How about Doncic just leaning into him, just taking him out? That's his second foul. Remember, he had that intentional foul on Shea on that transition opportunity.
Doncic, 2 fouls, 3 turnovers. As Caruso. Oh, he got the dribble. Ran. Caruso got up, just couldn't finish it off. Doncic bouncing off of Cason Wallace, and a wild shot banks in, plus the foul. That's a savvy offensive player who initiated the contact on Cason Wallace. Was a little surprised at the whistle, but SGA, he gets so much attention, Michael, but he's coming off a game when he had 11 assists. Offensive excellence on the court tonight.
I mean, a lot of it's just the respect for Reeves and Doncic. You know, those guys are 67 points a game combined. They're 18 out of the 26 assists per game. You know, so they're just the head of the snake, you know, in terms of playmaking for them. And they're going to make the plays, you know. So you got to try to handle those guys as best you can. It's easier said than done, obviously. They've gotten off to a great start, scoring the ball and creating for the team. But that's top of mind, you know, starting with those two guys and then going from there.
That was Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault in tonight's OU Health Coaches Corner, talking about the main engines for the Lakers. And, of course, that's Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves here tonight. And I talked to Isaiah Joe about that in terms of dealing with those main engines the way that the Thunder did last night against the Warriors with Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. And he said, look, it starts there, and then you've got to continue to string possessions along defensively. That leads to those runouts on offense. We guard with all five. We can get out and running and play a good brand of basketball. Isaiah was a part of that big run last night. Also a part of this one. It was a 23-7 burst here in the first quarter for OKC, guys.
Well, those kind of players, Michael, they can just be so incredibly explosive. It takes so much discipline, possession after possession, to just try to limit them. Doncic. Oh, that was a double team. The pass got through it, though. Joe off the turnover, gives it up. Caruso open. Why not take the 13-footer? Well, he's got nothing but space, and Caruso, I think he was a little surprised.
He was wide open on the fast break, except he was 8 feet from the basket. As Doncic has missed his last couple of shots after getting that and one. Just that free throw as well.
SGA wants the three! Got the three! Buck 20 to go here in the first quarter. Doncic, again, double teamed. Heavy pressure out on the perimeter as LaRavia trying to use his size. Series of moves. Not going to happen that time. Ball pops over. We get a whistle. And it's going to be a foul on Jackson Hayes, who is battling inside with Brandon Carlson, getting his first action as well as Jalen Williams.
How about this? LaRavia is not really sure. I know he likes to drive, so I'm going to step back for a minute. Shea stepped back the other way and knocked down the trifecta. He's got 10 and a quarter, folks, where that is almost becoming automatic on a night-to-night basis in double digits.
Lakers at the 10-6 lead. Joe has been feeling that's going to miss wide left, no good. And Vanderbilt getting up there for the rebound. Final minute of the first quarter. Thunder have kept Reeves quiet. He's been scoreless. Doncic always seeing attention in the crowd out on the perimeter. Doncic, Caruso did a good job of keeping the hands down but not fouled.
Yeah. He just put his hands in his pocket. Sometimes you got to do that with that guy.
SGA, one of the 2 for 1. Kicks it back out, the trail 3. No good.
I tell you, Shea has passed open a couple of guys tonight here, folks. He is so unselfish for a guy that scores over 30 points a game.
Vanderbilt, a little bit of space. Reeves got run off the 3-point line, and he's got the layup. His first bucket, first points of the night. Let's see what Caruso does. Driving in, has to give it up to Carlson. There's a turnover. Doncic is going to heave it. But the Thunder doing what they want to do in the first quarter, limiting the Lakers to their lowest quarter of the season, Michael. It is tied for the lowest, 30-18.
Well, that's what you have to do. We talked about keeping them out of the paint. They did a good job of that. Thunder with a 12-8 advantage. 12 minutes are in the books, folks.
Now, last night, Mark Daigneault said that the Thunder were disciplined and understanding the game plan. We saw both those things in the first quarter for the Thunder, who sure did 50% overall, jumping out to a lead, keeping the Lakers off the free throw line relative to their number for averaging over the year. But the 6 turnovers, Michael, that's important. That's a byproduct of how the Thunder were playing defense in that first quarter.
It lets you know how disruptive they were. This guy got his hands on a couple of them, too, that created those turnovers. SGA, as Doncic will also sit. He played the entire first quarter along with Shea. Doncic, as we mentioned, has the highest usage of any player in the NBA at 38%.
With those great players, make them see a crowd, throw bodies at them. How about Caruso? Got all the way to the cup, missed it. A.J. Mitchell, feet set. Had a really good look at the three. As Vanderbilt sets it up to Smart. They got Reeves out on the floor. He had a very quiet first quarter. As Caruso trying to stay attached to him. Skip pass, connect. Always got to be careful on the three-point shot. Reeves. Shot clock a factor. Tough shot, no good. That was good defense again.
Yeah, good disciplined defense by Uz. Reeves is one of those guys who knows how to draw a foul in last-second situations.
Jets got the advantage here, height-wise, on Reeves. Little jab step, who shoots right over the top, but left it short. You like the shot there, especially with the clean look. And Reeves looked like he was going to get a clean look to the cup, and Holmgren using that big wingspan, able to recover. A.J. Mitchell plus the foul as he buries the three. He got wiped out. Tony Brothers all over the call. And Mitchell's got a chance for a four-point play.
How about this? Once again, a blocked shot. That's Chet's second one. As he read that the whole way from Reeves. And here it is right here. Yeah, officials talked about that in the offseason. That's something they're going to look to call this year, is on hitting that guy on that follow-through. And that's been called very consistently for the early part of the season.
High-five foul. A.J. Mitchell's already into double digits. There's the cut by Smart, and Chet trying to go for another block. He's had a couple here in this first half. He commits the foul. And Mark Daigneault is consulting.
Marcus Smart at the line.
Smart trying to contort his body. And nothing really clear up to this point.
I thought that was pretty generous.
As part of the Blocks for Bucks campaign, the law firm of Phillips Murray donates $100 to the Thunder Cares Foundation for every shot blocked by the Thunder at home games. With 31 blocks thus far, the current total sits at $3,100. For highlights of the Thunder's best blocks of the season, visit OKCThunder.com/blocks-for-bucks.
Marcus Smart steal. A terrific defender. He had 7 steals in their last game. Oklahoma State product.
Trying to return to that Defensive Player of the Year form that he was back in 2022. Caruso uncorks one from 3, yet both Holmgren and Hartenstein in the vicinity for the rebound. Smart. And A.J. Mitchell last to touch it out of bounds, but Smart was trying to put a move on the second-year player.
That time he spun and left the ball behind. Almost got that by Mitchell. A little battle between the smalls on the box. You don't normally see that. Smart posted up.
That's what doesn't get discussed enough, Michael. It's easy to look at A.J. Mitchell and the improvement in the point production. But anytime that Mark Daigneault is asked about him, it's the defense, as Chet's going to pick up another foul. That'll be his second. And that'll put Hachimura to the free throw line.
Second team foul. Rui Hachimura at the line shoots 2.
Hachimura now in year number 4 with the Lakers. Has been really comfortable since coming over from Washington. And now a quick word from Jack in the Box.
The best rated burger in fast food with more beef than a Big Mac. Keep up, Ronald.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Hachimura at the free throw line. Coming off a game where he was 9 out of 12. And that's been the theme for him over the course of the season. He's shooting a career high 58%. He has been excellent on the offensive end.
Well, you know, no LeBron James, so a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities for Laker players, and he's one of them that's taking advantage of it.
Oh, nice pass. Caruso off the bounce Reeves and the cut from Hartenstein. He's got the stuff.
You know, you got to watch our pregame show. It's on always a half hour before tip, folks. We went over that same thing. Paris Lawson, Royce Young, about that high pick and roll. And there's so many guys that can run that pick and roll action.
There's just so many skilled passers, Michael, that are able to read defenses. That's a nice move and a pull-up. Ousmane Dieng looking comfortable and under control on the offensive end.
Yeah, that's a confident shot for him. Being able to do that on a bigger player, driving hard and then stepping back to evade the size of Ayton as the Lakers will call timeout. Take a look at this, folks. There's that pick and roll, little shadow and a flush by the big man. And Oo's just showing you his offensive skills.
Some news and notes around the NBA. How about the Charlotte Hornets, who the Thunder are going to play next on the road, defeating the Milwaukee Bucks 111-100. No Giannis in that game. 19 second chance points. Continuing the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons, Michael, don't look now 10-2 in the Eastern Conference. Remember, the Chicago Bulls got up to that hot start. They're starting to cool off a little bit. Wire-to-wire win, and we might as well just keep it in the East. The Orlando Magic, who had nothing going in the first couple weeks of the year, national TV at the Garden, dominated the Knicks.
Yeah, that's a surprise. The Knicks are playing really well, too, under first-year coach Mike Brown. Brown has had the experience of being with a lot of different teams. One of the first coaches to coach LeBron James in Cleveland.
Sacramento was an assistant coach with Golden State.
Well, a couple
their
of
title.
rings there as well, right?
3 fouls, 3 team fouls on the Thunder. And the Ravia traveled. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball. Well, you just see this Thunder defense, Michael. It is calibrated and dialed in. That time it was A.J. Mitchell.
That's not a jump ball.
It's a jump ball.
Come on. It's right there in front of you. How can you miss that? That's a walk. That's what we call a walk. Even in my church league. I tried to get away with it one time.
I didn't think you knew what a travel was.
Okay, so if you go up and you try to shoot the ball and you come down with it, that's a walk. Give me the ball and go the other way.
Well, it results in the Thunder getting the basketball anyway. The lob on top. A.J. Mitchell lost his footing. And the high hard one for Hartenstein.
Well, the Thunder doing a good job of getting to that middle part of the floor. And right now, the Lakers have not figured that out. And that is a strong point for the Thunder, as well as it is for the Lakers.
And Reeves tumbles to the deck, is going to go back to the free throw line. And the way that the Thunder right now, Michael, are playing defense, as once again, it's Hartenstein living at the rim, but the way that the Thunder are playing defense, the one thing you don't want to do is put the Lakers at the free throw line.
Right. They get there more than anybody.
And let a guy like Austin Reeves, who's been so good on the offensive end, get any kind of rhythm whatsoever. The undrafted player for the year at Oklahoma.
Well, they've done a good job so far on Reeves, not allowing those good looks. You know, those mid-range shots, good looks from downtown. He's getting a lot of his leverage at the free throw line. Doncic back in the ball game. He's another guy who was very clever at getting to the free throw line as well. Thunder still with a 17-point advantage here. 40 points already in this second quarter.
Mitchell turns the corner. Might have left it. Let it go a little bit early. Doncic, heavy pressure. Remarkable that that wasn't a turnover. Reeves bounces off of Joe, pulls up, in and out, no good. And it's collected by Caruso. Joe trying to make something happen off the dribble. As Chet sets that screen out of the perimeter. Mitchell again, the left hand, no good. And the Lakers coming back the other way, but look at Caruso using his speed, taking it away from Austin Reeves. Caruso caps it off, the three on the other end.
That is a FanDuel Sports Network highlight of the season. Man, he ran him down like a hunter. poked that ball away, and then got back down on the other end as well.
Just incredible two-way action from Caruso as he commits a foul on Doncic.
You know,
on the putback attempt, and Doncic is going to get free throws.
take a look at this. Man, just full sprint, poked it away. There must be two of them on the floor. And he knocks down the three.
Once again, at 8 points, and for Caruso at a season high last night, you just feel the defense constantly. Doncic misses on the free throw. That's his second miss at the line. The Lakers have struggled in the offensive end. They don't have a point from anybody off the bench.
Yeah, they tripled up the Thunder at the free throw line. Thunder still sitting on 3 free throw attempts. And this is 10 attempts for the Lakers. It's one of those situations you hope that kind of balances out.
Mitchell got walled off. So the Thunder going to be forced to run a little bit of offense here. See them really trying to pack the lane. Mitchell making his move. Mid-range shot no good. The Thunder have played so good on that end. Smart bounces right off of Isaiah Joe. No whistle.
Look like he not called up. He ran over the guy, and the guy walked with the basketball.
Chet on the turnaround. That is smooth. Biggest lead of the game sits right now at 21.
Wow, Chet got fouled on the shot. Still no whistle.
Great experience here for A.J. Mitchell. Trying to stay in front of Reeves. Zigzagging his way to the cup, and he's going to get more free throws.
Oh, this free throw situation is getting pretty one-sided right now. Take a look at this, folks. He makes a tough shot. He goes up. Hachimura hits him on the elbow, and he still makes it. I don't give him credit for that. And right now, the Lakers are making a living at the free throw line.
Nominated first responder, you know, and they could get recognized at a Thunder home game and also receive 8 Thunder tickets, a custom jersey, a celebration with Rumble, and the Thunder Girls, as well as a monetary donation to their department. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to OKCThunder.com/safety partner to nominate someone now. Well, you could see it, Michael, early on with the fouls starting to cluster for OKC, that the Lakers are in the bonus now for the rest of this quarter. And that's the only way they're going to stay in it, the way that the Thunder are playing defense. Mitchell. Oh, he got it up in the air, but still so controlled with that lefty floater.
And they're earning all their points right now. They're making some tough shots.
Reeves trying to thread it in there. Hand got in it. Might have been Mitchell. Joe trying to turn the corner. Does. And he's got the reverse. Well, the Thunder right now are leaning on this Lakers team hard.
And they're getting everything in the run of play right now. Just earning every bucket that they make.
This Lakers team can be porous defensively. Doncic trying to get some of it back. Can't do it on the step back threes. Ayton able to grab that rebound. Moravia, the three no good. And a long rebound comes out to A.J. Mitchell. He's got the advantage. Gives it up. Jay Will, the kick. Thunder had options. Holmgren getting grabbed. And Tony Brothers able to make the call.
How about this defense to offense? Just walling up the paint, not letting the Lakers get there. And when the Thunder get the basketball, they are gone. As I mentioned, folks, they are earning every single point they're scoring right now. 49 points. And have only scored 3 points at the free throw line where they're perfect. So 46 points in the run of play is not bad.
Huge rest for SGA, only to see the lead grow. The lob inside. Chet's got the high advantage on Smart. Got to be careful with the ball. 2 seconds, someone's gonna have to shoot it. Doncic headed the other way with speed, loads up, and Ayton just missed the alley-oop. That is not something that happens very often. Ayton is a good dunker. SGA. Oh, the Wizardry! And then the Lakers turn it over on the inbounds pass. Everything is going right now for OKC. Nobody touched it, so the ball's got to go to the baseline.
Come on, man. Every now and then, I know this guy. He is a professional scorer, but man, that's sweet. You know what I'm going to say. That's nasty.
We haven't had that in a while. As Mark Daigneault's going to burn the TO at the 4:47 mark. What a first half it has been for the Thunder.
In this game, 12 points on an efficient 5 of 8 shooting from the field. And so far in this one, we have seen him pull out some incredible moves against this coverage from the Los Angeles Lakers and the size that they present. Look at this one, an absolute beautiful up and under to find the rim. And when Shai talks about finding ways to improve his game, this is one of those ways. He always says he has counters to counters to counters, and teams are going to continue to find ways to cover him differently, and Shai wants to continue to be one step ahead of them offensively.
It's like playing a chess match, Michael. Defenses can get creative, but right now it's the offense of the Thunder that is absolutely humming along here in the first half.
Yeah, and the Lakers looked a little discombobulated. Marcus Smart was looking at Rui Hachimura.
Wallace again. Doncic trying to back him down. Who can score for the Lakers here? Doncic. Is that a foul or is that out of bounds?
How about this? Nice little drop pass. Man, nobody's home on that one. That's probably Chet's easiest shot all week.
But again, the passing as Smart with the shot clock under 2 gives the Lakers their first field goal of the quarter. 0 for 9 prior to that. Isaiah Joe trying to get it back, and he does as he tickles the 12 from deep. And a deep 3.
That was a deep 3. Marcus Smart did not expect that.
Pass from Doncic. Good closeout by Chet on Hachimura. He wants to put on the deck, uses size, and Chet did just enough there to force that turnaround miss.
So he stayed very disciplined too, just kept his arms straight up like a stick man.
Last touch by Los Angeles. The Thunder right now, Michael, going back to last night, they're just playing at a certain pace. And I don't mean that in terms of possessions. I just mean that in terms of there can be half-court pace, too, and how you're moving the basketball.
Yeah, and this is really good, too, considering they had to play last night in this same building.
There's another cut. It is Hartenstein who got fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line. I'm sure the Lakers prefer that the foul was called there because Cason Wallace was going to clean that up.
It's hard to believe that the Thunder did play 24 hours ago in this same building against the Golden State Warriors with the kind of energy they've had so far in this first half of basketball. Has been quite impressive.
Well, already the third back-to-back of the season. And now quick word from Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Deep fried Thanksgiving.
What do you think of that?
Looks good.
One more free throw here for Hartenstein.
And Ayton will sit down with those 3 fouls off of that shove in the back of Hartenstein.
So you got to bring in Jackson Hayes. 3 and change left to go first half. Doncic has been held in check, and SGA gambled and lost. Oh, they're going to call it on Cason Wallace, not on SGA.
Wow, man, I'd like to see a good look at that. Hands part of the ball. Lucas holding his fingers. Yeah, he got hit on the fingers. Yeah, that's painful. But your hand is a part of the ball.
So So Doncic to the line for two. And the Lakers have a tendency, Michael, to get to the free throw line more than any team in the NBA. Look at the free throw differential. That's the number that is so staggering. Double. More than double the second place team, which is the Miami Heat, when you look at the free throw differential.
Yeah, that's over the last 3 years. And you notice the Thunder is nowhere in that top 5. And that's what I'm talking about tonight. You know, they only have 5 attempts at the line, but they got 57 points on the board.
SGA bounces off the Smart, pulls up, and that's almost too easy as he can shoot right over the top of Marcus Smart. And the lead sits at 29. Hachimura swinging through and able to muscle it up over Hartenstein.
It's a nice move by him. The Thunder closed out on his shots from the outside, just muscled his way inside to give the Lakers a much-needed 2.
Caruso underneath, right at the restricted area. He's got 2 more. And a season high for Alex Caruso already in the first half.
Yeah, the Thunder already is sitting on 30 points in the paint. 30 points in the paint, folks, in the first half.
SGA gave it up. Isaiah Joe, another three! And the Thunder are pouring it on here in the first half. I thought Joe was going to give it back to SGA. But already 2 threes for Isaiah Joe, who's over 41% from downtown in the season. Reeves, and he fought it up there even with Hartenstein on him. That was the biggest deficit the Lakers have faced all year. SGA on the hesitation. That should be a foul. It is. And he's going to go to the free throw line. Reeves had no chance of keeping SGA in front of him.
Well, once Jay makes a 3, he sets you up for other moves. It's a combination. He's going to do a step back 3. Check this out. No, he's not. I'm just kind of telestrating it for you folks. Just set him up, little stutter step. Then he went to the basket and got fouled. As I mentioned, man, the Thunder have put up 64 points, and only 5 points have come from the free throw line so far.
I will say this, Michael, when you're a broadcaster and you call a team like we call the Thunder, and you pick up on certain tendencies and what guys might do in certain situations, I was 100% sold that SGA was going to take that 3.
Yeah, and you know, he's such a combination guy, you know, and he's a scoring savant. And I say that with so much respect, folks. Last year's MVP, back-to-back All-Star starter, Finals MVP, Western Conference MVP. He's done it all, folks, and just 26 years old. And he's earned every bit of it. And he's so humble about it.
6 for 9. Doncic is going to use the Euro step to get the deuce. Doncic, 11 points. Joe, he wants to drive. The dish, Hartenstein, the floater. He used a little work on that one. Hartenstein's got a lot of confidence in that floater. Hachimura bounces and pulled the string, and then Isaiah Joe tipped it up and in.
I didn't see that.
Who's going to get credit for that? Hachimura? SGA trying to run a little bit of clock here.
And the Lakers in that 2-3 zone.
Pulls from 3, no good. Still going to get a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Absolutely. Thunder done everything right in this first half of basketball. With a sizable advantage in a number of areas except the free throw line.
Doncic settled for the 3, no good. You got time. 7 seconds. SGA navigating, dribbling, double teamed off balance, and he's going to get the free throws.
You see how he did that? When I say a scoring savant, folks, he just knows how to get to the basket and get shots up. He knew that ball was going to get stripped. And he splits the double team right there, and he keeps it low, and he keeps both mitts on it. I mean, he squeezes that orange leather so it can't be stripped, and it forces those guys to foul him.
Went right at 2 defenders. And Shea, 17 in this first half. Ousmane Dieng going to come in for a little defense here. This is the 3rd time in the last 4 games that the Thunder have led by 30 or more.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. Lakers got time here, 2.3 seconds. Gunson's going to throw that off.
At least he got it to the backboard, but what a half it was. The biggest lead is right now at 32. 70-38. But you know how lethal Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves can be.
That's right, partner. A lot to talk about here in this first half, folks. You know what time it is. Paris Lawson, Nick Gallo got you from here as the Thunder have had a dominant first half. So far, we got 24 minutes in the books.
Square off OKC and the Los Angeles Lakers. But that first half, it was all Thunder. We're up by 32 points in a thorough domination of the first 24 minutes. We start the 3rd quarter, but before we do, let's check in with Paris.
Thanks, Chris. Well, the Lakers are 5th in the league in points in the paint per game, and so far, the Thunder's dominating that battle, outscoring LA 30-16 in the paint. And I asked Thunder assistant coach Dave Bliss how the Thunder's been able to limit LA in the paint tonight, and he told me they've done a great job being really sharp in their communication and their coverages, but also they've been really early to actions, doing a really good job anticipating what the Lakers want to get into offensively. Gonna need to keep that up here in the second half, guys.
Yeah, that defense was absolutely on point, Michael, in the first half. But as we said, going into the break, into halftime, you still got 2 very good offensive players like Doncic and Austin Reeves, who are averaging over 30 points per game. They can carry a team easily.
Well, and that's why you just got to stick with what you're doing. And what you're doing right now is what Paris Lawson just talked about, those 30-16 advantage in the paint. The Thunder did not commit a single turnover in the entire first half. 18 turnovers for the Lakers, 0 for the Thunder. That's an anomaly, man. That's some really disciplined defense. That's quite impressive right now. That's really ballooned up that lead for the Thunder. You're just, you're scoring, but you're not giving anything back. Thunder bench also with a 20-2 advantage in those points as well. Lakers rely so heavily on their starting lineup in those areas.
See what adjustments are made here in this second half. SGA didn't want to take the shot over Ayton, so instead keeps the dribble alive. Cutting in, gives it up to Chet, and he's got the easy 2. You get the sense that the Lakers are just watching SGA go to work, and it leaves Chet wide open.
They're paying so much respect to him, and he is such a floor general with the basketball. How about last night with those 11 assists?
Little breakdown there for the Thunder that leaves Hachimura open, but he misfires. One of the few defensive breakdowns of this game. As Wallace drives the dump ball, Hartenstein in traffic, lost it. Just the 2nd turnover. Smart's 3 is going to be way short. Transition opportunity.
And you can't blame him for taking that shot because they're trying to get back in this ball game any way they can. If they can get a transition 3 just to get something started here.
So you brought up the turnovers, Michael. That's now back-to-back turnovers.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Reeves, tough fadeaway, got it up over Hartenstein. Thunder, though, still a big advantage in that turnover department. Mitchell got around Doncic. Well, that's now 3 in a row. Doncic gave one right back, though. Mishandled pass from Reeves. As SGA surveys the defense. Mitchell's got the 2. He is always under control on those drives.
And he does a good job of leaning away from the pressure while taking a little contact to be able to finish.
And the Thunder's second leading scorer, Reeves.
Oh, that was a deep
way
shot.
behind the line.
My goodness, deep shot from Reeves.
You can see the Lakers, as SGA is going to go to the free throw line, in some of these shots, and you kind of touched on it, Michael, with the Marcus Smart three in transition. You see the Reeves three, maybe feeling like that's the best shot they're going to get. They might be pressing a little bit on the offensive end to feel like, hey, look, this might be the best look that we've got.
Yeah, I agree. And they're trying to get something going quickly. That's a massive deficit right now.
Thunder fans, when you test drive a new Kia at participating Oklahoma City area Kia dealerships, you're eligible to receive 2 club-level tickets to an upcoming Thunder game. Tickets are available on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last. Shea cracks 20. Added to the list. 85th consecutive. Third most all-time. Just an incredible mark of consistency for the reigning MVP. Reeves wants the step back shot. That's a high arcer. And back-to-back misses for Reeves. He's now 0 for 4 from deep.
Excuse me, partner. Good job by Chet to just not let them get a good look or drive to the basket as Reeves kind of shoved Chet out of the way. A little bit of frustration setting in for the Lakers. Foul away from the ball. No WWE action going on there.
You're trying to do something, whatever you can, to disrupt what's going on. Smart almost got tied up with Holmgren inside. That's SGA. Drives, kicks, open shooter, Holmgren. Short, Hartenstein able to tap it out. SGA, second effort, no. And that's a cheap foul on Casey Wallace. On Doncic. And it was the fouling of the Thunder that minimally kept the Lakers offense going in the second quarter. But Wallace, back-to-back nights going up against 2 of the NBA's best. Doncic, the fadeaway, no. 8 offensive rebound. Hachimura, and he's got the 3. But again, you're forcing Doncic into a tough shot. SGA, mid-range, nope. A.J. Mitchell, weak side rebound. He came flying in. The reload 3. No. Holmgren is tracked out by Reeves, who is going to get fouled, and Chet immediately says, challenge.
Oh, that's nothing there, man. Wow. Interesting.
And Mark Daigneault is going to call the timeout.
A good challenge here. Watch Reeves is going to initiate the contract. He's got his arms up, and he goes under his arm with the basketball to try to draw the foul. Now, what may help Chet out in this situation?
The ruling on the floor is a fouling on Oklahoma City. The play has been challenged by Oklahoma City.
All right, this one will get a little more examination. Interested to see how this one is ruled. We'll find out. Official window and door partner of the OKC Thunder. And the Thunder still in the huddle right now, but the call, Michael, was overturned. The challenge successful for Mark Daigneault. And Tony Brothers gave the explanation over the break that the contact was initiated here by Reeves, and therefore it should not have been called a defensive foul. And the contact was really just with a ball in Holmgren's elbow.
And, you know, you see Chet was the one who would look right at Mark and say, hey, I think we got a chance on this. And Mark certainly agreed with him and challenged it. And now the Thunder won. And will get charged a timeout, but because it was a mandatory timeout. But they did win the challenge and the possession.
I got to tell you, when Chet is as convinced as that, he's usually pretty right. And now he's going to commit the foul on the other end. Marcus Smart's going to go to the free throw line after the Thunder turnover. 5 turnovers for OKC here in the third quarter. Chet's a little upset with himself. As Smart's going to go to the free throw line. Marcus Smart finally healthy. He was not healthy the last 2 years. Played just 20 games in 2024, 34 games in 2025. And kind of had a stint with the Memphis Grizzlies that wasn't all that memorable. After being with the Boston Celtics. But now trying to rejuvenate his career with LA.
Yeah, he's still a terrific defender as well. As I talked about in that first half, 7 steals a couple of nights ago for the Lakers. And he's a well-traveled man, but still got a lot of basketball left in him.
Boy, the connection right now between SGA and Hartenstein, Michael, it is really starting to glow.
Well, you know, Hubie Brown, a great Hall of Fame coach, once said that the pick and roll is one of the hardest things to guard because there's so many options from that high pick and roll. Pick and pop, you can slip, and you can pick and roll as well.
How about Cason Wallace getting around that screen of DeAndre Ayton, but that is just a good offensive move by Doncic, who up to this point, Michael, has been very inefficient. He's 5 out of 15. Tough shot for SGA on the step back, not going to get it. And to get a loose ball foul, and the Thunder again are piling up fouls.
Take a look at this. High pick and roll, he slips. Every time he goes all the way to the basket, Lakers late getting there. Wide open dunk. You know, you can, pick and you got, and it depends also who's in there. Chet's a pick and pop guy. He's also a pick and roll guy too. So he's even more lethal in those situations.
That time Doncic, his slip pass was off the mark. Hartenstein putting it on the deck, going at 8, and the turnaround, left-handed, no good. The Lakers, Michael, have 49 points midway through this third quarter, but the Thunder are committing too many fouls. Joe, the latest. You got Wallace with 3, Holmgren with 4. But it's putting the Lakers in the line for the rest of the quarter. And now a quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
Visit your local Oklahoma Ford dealer today. Ford is built for Oklahoma.
And Smart goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. SGA on the big man, DeAndre Ayton. Working inside, creates a little bit of space, and that's almost automatic. You just undress the defense. Doncic, heavy spin on that 3. Out of bounds, no good.
And the footwork by SGA has to be really highlighted a lot of times, folks. He is so good at his footwork on any defender.
It's time to kick. Mitchell misfires from deep. SGA 7 more assists tonight, Michael, on top of the 11 that he had last night. That's going to be an offensive foul on DeAndre Ayton.
He leaned into it on that time. Right in front of the official. That's a nice physical screen. Take a look at that. He's still moving. Got to allow that guy room to turn around. He took one for the team on that one. Newton coming over from Portland via free agency.
Got bought out by the Blazers. Never really seemed like he was all that interested in being up in Portland. And DeAndre Ayton's going to have to take a seat as Jackson Hayes comes in. The Lakers desperate last year for some size in the interior. Shea, the kick out. Got it right back. Now he wants to drive, cuts inside. It's Cason Wallace. How about Jay Will? Offensive rebound, the no-look pass, and then full elevation at the rim.
How about Shea starting that play that continued to get better as that ball was moving from one player to another. My goodness.
Just an incredible sequence there as SGA able to knock it away from Hayes. And we get a transition foul on Isaiah Joe.
Man, that was so nice. We're going to show it to you twice, folks. Started with that guy right here.
Number 36, Marcus Smart.
Tip that ball over to Jay Will. No look pass. That's what you have to do when you're in traffic, folks. We call that a flush. Just flush it. Could have been an and one, too. Smart came late into the body of Wallace.
Just so incredibly impressed, Michael, with the passing ability of the Thunder big men. And we've seen it. I mean, it's nothing new. Jay Will, he's been a good passer his entire career. Hartenstein. These guys can flat out dish the basketball. SGA got it up top. Mitchell dumps it off. Ball fake and a foul. Cason Wallace will now go to the free throw line.
Did a good job of waiting for the flyby from Jackson Hayes. He's a high riser. He goes up right away. That shot gets blocked. He knew he was coming. But how about A.J. Mitchell showing a whole lot of confidence? Under 5 seconds, he could have taken that three. He drives to the lane, dishes it off to this guy. He's got free throws. We're talking about a second-year man from UC Santa Barbara, folks. Just playing like a savvy veteran in his sophomore season.
Let's check in with Nick.
You guys, Cason Wallace here at the line after that explosive dunk. He's one of these guys that he always gets a thumbs up from the Thunder bench whenever he throws down a jam. You'll see sometimes those guys, they rib each other a little bit if the dunk isn't top tier. But that never happens to Cason. He is so explosive. We've seen that both with the right-handed dunks, the two-handed dunks, and even those left-handed dunks, which I know Michael really loves. But I was talking to Alex Caruso a couple days ago, and he said it's scary how much Cason Wallace can still improve given the level of production, given the level of impact he's able to make already in just his third season in the NBA. So a guy like Caruso, who knows a thing or two about that consistent gradual improvement, still sees a high ceiling for Cason Wallace.
Well, there's Cason with some textbook defense, as I think we're going to get a technical here on Doncic.
A little bit of frustration setting in for the Lakers as they have been trailing the Thunder massively for most of this game. And after a while, it just kind of gets to you, folks. But, you know, what Gallo was talking about, you know, with Cason, you know, he's one of those guys who's quiet, but he's got a big game out there on the floor. You know, he doesn't really say a whole lot, but he's got, you know, when he makes an expression, he's got that congenial smile. But he's a defense-first guy.
SGA tied up, and more free throws. He will go to the free throw line where he just was and missed that technical. Reeves picks up number 3 with 4:20 left to go here in the third.
Wallace is also one of those top steals guy in the association. I'll tell you, he got some terrific experience in that playoff run for the Thunder all the way to the championship.
It wasn't just last year, too. You got to think 2 years ago, he was a big part of the rotation in the first 2 rounds against New Orleans and Dallas. He got a ton of run, and he's one of those cerebral guys, Michael, and he's getting the top assignment here the last 2 nights with Lou Dort being out. Going up against Curry, going up against Doncic, and he has been shadowing Doncic all night long.
How about on Sunday night with Ja Morant?
Playing good defense, and then just at the last moment, picks up the personal foul.
You know, to really add to what the resume of Cason Wallace and what he's able to do, guarding these terrific one-on-one scores. You know, last night, Steph Curry. Tonight, Steph Curry had 46 points in San Antonio in a comeback from behind win. Who the Thunder played in this same building 24 hours ago.
Quite the contrast last night. He had 11 points, which was a season low, and just 1 3.
Well, that's how good he is, and that's how good that defense was last night by Cason Wallace on him. He dropped a 46-piece down in San Antonio.
And so far, Doncic, a very ineffective 5 out of 17. SGA again. The burst, and what a move as he glides through the air for the reverse. Timeout, Lakers. And the lead has only grown here in this third quarter. Michael, you can't slow that down. Too good, too skilled, too smooth.
Incredible passes from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 3 of his 8 assists already tonight in just 25 minutes. Finds the pick and pop with Chet, Hart down low, and then just a little shovel pass over to Chet there in the middle of the floor. Shai coming off 11 assists last night, again with 8 here already. And he talked recently after that game in Sacramento about how there's so many sides to the game. And he still, even coming off an MVP season, feels like he has so much more to master. He said even, he's talked to the coaching staff about when they faced a guy like Rajon Rondo and just his understanding of the game, understanding of passing angles, and how to set teammates up for good looks. He said he really wants to delve more into those types of aspects of the game. We're seeing that playmaking here tonight.
The playmaking has been there. And the cerebral part of it, Rajon Rondo, and to extend Nick's point, was always an extension of the coaching staff. He was so good out there in his ability to manipulate defenses. Joe off the catch, and that is pure from downtown.
Yeah, I tell you, that did not touch anything. I don't even think it touched the net. It's a nice little set piece there as well.
Another game, Michael, Isaiah Joe has at least 3 threes, which he's done now in 7 out of 8 games. Joe looking for number 4, and it pinballs out. He's so good at those relocation threes as Doncic able to push it up and in. Think about Doncic, Michael. He's the NBA's leading scorer coming in, averaging 37 points per game.
Yeah, and Austin Reeves is not too far behind with 30.
That foul is on number 4, Dalton Connect.
How about this little set piece, down screen, drop back coverage. And he just comes off, man, and just fires right away. He's got free throws. And just, you know, he's really just coming to his own as he continues to step in different roles on the floor. You see him taking charges out there. He's not just out there shooting threes. He's also one of the top charge takers on the Thunder squad.
Well-rounded game, and as soon as he stepped on the court this year, stepped on the court with a lot of confidence. He knocked down some early threes, and he has kept that momentum going. Another quality game off the bench for Isaiah Joe, who plays this Thunder system at a really high capacity. Doncic got 19 points, and that 3 from Vanderbilt goes down.
Vanderbilt, 2 minutes.
With under 2 minutes left to go in the third, as SGA pulls up, tough 2, still able to knock it down, even with Doncic right there on him.
Yeah. And that's just to show you how talented he is as a scorer. Mid-range threes, passer.
Quick pass. Arabia's going to give it up. Got right back on the baseline. Thunder did not want to foul. Shot clock a factor. Doncic heaves. In and out, no good. That three-point shot, really since the opening part of the game, Michael, has not been there for him. Shai, free throw line jumper, and he's got another one. As he cracks 30. Didn't get there last night, gets there tonight.
Yeah, did play the entire fourth quarter with those 29 points last night against the Warriors. Already sitting at 30.
Nice little inside-outside between Hayes and Vanderbilt. Oh, and that pass out of bounds. Thunder trying to get going here quickly.
How about this? Pretty good defense by Doncic, too. Yeah, just a good job of just staying focused to knock that shot down. I'll tell you, the Lakers have tried to make a run here in this third quarter. It's just not happening. Thunder still +3 on the quarter.
Brandon Carlson. Mark Daigneault was not happy with that shot. On the other end, it is Dalton Knecht. As SGA. Quick word with Mark Daigneault on his way up the floor. Kick out, Jay Will, spotted up. Not going to get that. And it's going to LA with 18 seconds left to go here in the third. Should be the last shot. See what LaRavia decides to do. Spinning away from SGA. Floater, no, he left a lot of time. Did he realize that the clock was a factor? SGA behind his back. Isaiah Joe pays it off from downtown.
I'm speechless. It's not that I'm not saying anything. I'm just speechless with this guy right here, folks. He is beautiful to watch. Take a look at this. Wrap around, trifecta to end the ball game. Why not as the Thunder crack the century mark through 3 quarters?
And the Lakers have been absolutely stifled on the offensive end. Season low 37%. Reeves came in averaging over 30, just 3 field goals. And the Thunder have dominated, led by 25 plus since 4:50 left to go in the second. And the Thunder getting all kind of balanced distribution. 6 players with 10 plus points. So Michael, we go to the fourth quarter here. Back end of a back-to-back, second consecutive night that the Thunder have stripped the drama out of the game because of how well they played.
Well, I've been really impressed with the energy and the consistency of energy throughout the whole team. This is 3 games in 4 nights. Even though this is a back-to-back, the Thunder played Sunday night in Memphis, where they came from behind and had a stellar finish to that 4-game swing out west. But this is just another one of their impressive victories.
We'll see how long J.J. Redick continues to go with some of his top guys. As there's a mid-range 2 from Rui Hachimura.
And this is a quality team. I mean, the Lakers coming in with one of the top records in the Western Conference. Thunder just played such consistent basketball, and mainly it's been spurred by on the defensive end.
And plays like that, as Ousmane Dieng got set up, and the cuts, Michael. There's a steal by Joe, got in the corner. No. But the cutting and the teamwork and the passing that you broke down in the second segment of this broadcast, which we saw last night as Knecht got his second 3. I mean, they have taken this ball distribution to another level.
Yeah, and that's what's really been a thorn in the Lakers' eye the entire since that 4:50 mark of that second quarter, where the Thunder just had some big plays on both ends.
Carlson got his own miss.
You know, one of the concerns coming in tonight was the Lakers' points in the paint. They only got 24 points in the paint.
Jay Will cutting through. Went for that reverse. Didn't get it. Inside, Hachimura. 24 points in the paint, Michael. That's it for the Lakers. Check that, 26. After the last 2 from Hachimura. A.J. Mitchell had it, dislodged, and a turnover. Numbers for the Lakers. Reeves, left hand, he's got the 2. And Mark Daigneault's going to call the timeout.
Yeah, he got hit in the face. Officials did not see that. My goodness, took quite a shot.
So timeout on the floor. A.J. Mitchell, took a shot there from Marcus Smart. Network is brought to you by MidFirst Bank, official currency of Thunder fans. By Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. And by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, Ford is the best in Oklahoma. Thunder going to hit the road, but come celebrate Native American Heritage Night with us. Tonight's Thunder home game, November 19th at 7 p.m. versus the Sacramento Kings. Go to OKCThunder.com/buy tickets to claim your seats. That's the first game that OKC will be wearing those City Edition unis, Michael. So the Thunder are going to have to play 2 road games. Going to New Orleans, that should be a jump ball. Marcus Smart getting tied up with Isaiah Joe. Thunder going to Charlotte first, and then to New Orleans, and then they'll come back for that home game. Shea getting a little ice pack on the left shoulder, him and Doncic. The 2 headliners in this one.
Thunder will come back with those City Edition uniforms, playing the Kings for the 2nd time around.
Oh, Jay Will able to track it down. Fending off Hachimura. That was a nice play. And the passing continues. Look at it swinging around. Jay Will traveled.
Tonight's 4th quarter replays are brought to you by Homeland.
Almost all the Thunder turnovers have come in the 2nd half. Reeves still out there, and Connect, who had a couple of threes to open up the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he's a terrific 3-point shooter. Just can't leave that guy open.
A.J. Mitchell. Outside Jay Will. Looking for one to go down, and he gets one to go down. After a tough shooting night, he's got his first boom.
He's one of those guys that can stretch the floor for you.
Hachimura a little bit flat.
And I say that with respect because Chad's also a floor spacer as well. One of those guys who can pick and pop.
Reeves. Boy, it has not been there for Austin Reeves on the night. He's 0 for 5 from deep. And the Thunder really, Michael, did a great job of just really never letting him get settled at all. Why not make it 2 in a row? Back-to-back booms. And J.J. Redick wants to talk something over. Not sure what.
On this, folks, it becomes contagious after a while. We've seen several no-look passes, but my goodness, that's definitely a power play there by Jay Will, and the flush by Cason Wallace.
Let's check in with Paris.
Well, Jalen Williams is one of those guys who has contributed heavily for the Thunder to start this season. The Thunder has 67 games lost due to injury this season, which ranks 2nd most in the league. And with a demanding start to the season, the Thunder's had to rely on its depth heavily over the first 12 games, but there hasn't been a massive drop-off in contributions. In fact, the Thunder has 6 players in double figures tonight. Its bench outscoring LA 36-13. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander told me that depth has been really impressive. We've had a lot of guys out of rotation, but it almost feels seamless either way because we could go out there and play the same way regardless of who's on the floor.
That's a testament to this roster, to this system that the Thunder have used, Michael, over the last couple of years. Everybody being able to fit in, even with their individual skill sets. Remember last year at this time, the Thunder didn't have any centers. And more free throws.
And we talked about, you know, Chet and Hartenstein playing more games in the playoffs than they did in the regular season. So, you know, this team is still, you know, working through some things. You still got some key personnel missing, but, you know, these guys have stepped up along with Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace. You know, that next man mentality has been really pressed into service early in the season. And they've done a good job of handling that as well. Not, you know, some guys are, you know, coming off the bench, and then the very next game they're a starter. You got, you know, everybody chipping in on that. It's really been fun to watch that develop. Still, you know, relatively a young ball club.
A lot of interchangeable parts. Ronnie James in the game. Now on a 3 by Vanderbilt. I think, Michael, the most impressive thing about the last 2 nights, when you think about the totality of beating Golden State the way that the Thunder beat Golden State and then beating the Lakers, is that it was just so well played on both ends of the floor. it wasn't just the defense stepping up in the second half and you go on a run. It was, I mean, these great passes on the offensive end. You're really getting it done both offensively and defensively.
And two different teams, styles of play. Not just the teams itself. Golden State trying to get to the three-point shot, trying to play up and down. The Lakers trying to get to the paint. And, you do a great job of getting to the paint yourself. And that's been really the story tonight for the Thunder. Got a 44-28 advantage in the paint.
Well, Isaiah Joe looking for a little bit more from behind the three-point line. Not going to get it there. See what Bronny does. Kick out, LaRavia. And a back tap. He's got a second chance. No good. And the poke away. It looked like Maxi Kleber, former Dallas Maverick, came over in the Doncic trade with Doncic. Carlson from downtown. Well, we were wondering how long J.J. Redick was going to stick with his starters in this game. Starters no longer in the game. It's LaRavia, Vanderbilt connect, James Kleber, and for Mark Daigneault, Barnhizer, Youngblood. Barnhizer, he had the double dip yesterday, Mike.
Absolutely. He's getting a lot of minutes. Got 15 minutes last night.
Well, the Lakers have been futile from three.
Can you play 3 games in 2 days?
I think back to when I was a kid, used to go to those soccer tournaments.
Yeah.
You'd play 2 on Saturday, and if you advanced, into the consolation game and the championship game, you're playing 2 more on Sunday. You get 4 games in on the weekend.
That's right. Yeah, but you're also 12 years old and not 24.
That's the caveat, right?
But, impressive stretch for the Thunder. Keep in mind, folks, the Thunder have played 6 games in 9 days.
Is that what it is?
Wow, 6 games in 9 days. Wow, how about that? That circus shot by Oost. My goodness. A little kiss off the glass and a little flip over after. But 6 games in 9 days, man. That's max. Remember, the Thunder started that first game in Los Angeles a week ago last night.
And Carlson's going to pick up the foul.
They've already played 2 sets of back-to-back within those 6 games as well. Take a look at this. Okay, all right, here's what this is the part. I guess when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Absolutely.
Why not just complete it? It's a little backward somersault there.
And it just speaks for how these guys support each other. Water leaks from the roof down. You just saw Shea them. No pun intended to the Lakers. That's all about these guys celebrating each other. And that guy over on the left with the glasses on, J-Duff, he's been as equally involved, even though he hasn't played this season. I got the first one up, talking to the players, clapping for him. After the game, he's in the post-game interviews.
You're traveling with the team, too?
Yeah, if you don't believe me, watch me tonight. Watch tonight. Nick Gallo's going to be out there on the floor, and you're going to see that guy somewhere in the picture. That's how much they support each other. I think that's pretty good.
He can't resist. He can't resist those post-game interviews.
No, absolutely. They've had a lot of fun with that. It's almost been I can't wait to see it with Nick Gallo, who he's got tonight.
Thunder going to commit the foul there. 3:43 left to go.
Small foul, number 3, Cristiano Clemente first.
So Bronny James, some of these guys, Michael, that are deeper on the roster, get a chance here. And another 4th quarter where SGA's not playing. That has become almost routine at this point. J.J. Redick sitting his guys, but not under the circumstances that he would like. That was a good-looking jumper, though, from Bronny, who played his college ball, Mike, in USC. Played 1 year there. The Thunder get back defensively.
Now, why are you telling me that?
Just trying to add a little, information, a little bit of insight to the broadcast.
Okay.
That stuff's important.
Now,
that's important to do.
And And where are you an alum of?
Well, we don't talk about that in these parts.
Okay. I just wanted to say, I think you got something to do with those Trojans too.
Oh yeah, deep ties. USC alum, nothing but the best and brightest, Mike. Played 1 year there. Under Andy Enfield. Let's check in on tonight's Thunder Play of the Game, brought to you by Riverwind Casino. And, you know, Mike, he makes 30 look easy on a nightly basis because that's what he does. But the assists and the passing over the last 2 games, you see the 20 assists there. That cannot be overlooked.
And what I like is the minutes have been under 30. That's his 7th, 4th quarter he has not played this season out of 12 games, or out of 13 games.
That kind of stuff adds up over the course of the season, too. Oh, a little show and go. Barnheiser. That even made Mike do a double take.
Yeah, he did, man. He fooled me on the first hesitation.
How many hesitations can you do in one move without it being too many?
Yeah, he did them quick, too. As Cleveland would knock down the 3. Thunder have held on to this 25-point lead, folks, in case you just joined us. From the 4:50 mark of the 2nd quarter. That lead has been north of 25 points.
I mean, Mike, when you're thinking about these games, as Isaiah Joe's going to get fouled on a 3-point shot, you're thinking about this back-to-back. Golden State, the Lakers, Western Conference, 2 of what are probably considered the top-tier teams in the West, and the Thunder coming off that long road trip. You blow out the Warriors in a game that was not close. You had a tough back end of a back-to-back against the Lakers team that's playing well, 8-3. They get Doncic and Reeves back. And there's so little drama in either of these games.
And the Lakers were in town last night watching the Thunder play the Warriors, as they did not play. This is, as you mentioned, partner, second night of a back-to-back for the Thunder, but not for the Lakers. So, you know, kudos to all the guys for just mustering up that kind of energy. As we mentioned, anytime you play 6 games in 9 days and you spend 4 of those 6 games on the road, that takes a lot out of your legs. And I heard Paris Lawson say in the post-game show last night that first game at home after a big long road trip many times is like a road game. And that was that game last night against the Warriors, which they had a sizable win here at Paycom.
Bronny, hard drive, pops up, connect. Got to think he's going to want a 3. Instead, it's LaRavia. Well, if LaRavia was going to make one, the Thunder saying, let's do it right there. He was 0 for his first 5. One thing about this game, Michael, the Thunder clearly shut down the Lakers and the Lakers offense, but the Lakers bench did absolutely nothing. And that was a big part of the separation that the Thunder were able to get in this game.
And I think that's, moving forward, that's what the Lakers are going to have to figure out, because they have their bench is 30th in scoring points in the league. So they're not scoring a whole lot.
Will be very interesting to see this Lakers team when LeBron comes back.
Yeah.
Doing some rehab assignments with the South Bay Lakers in Southern California. The Thunder just want to run out this clock. OKC, Mike, is going to improve to 12-1 on the season. And more free throws here for Isaiah Joe, who's going to have himself a 20-point game if he's able to knock down this free throw.
You know, with those heavy games on the Thunder legs that we were talking about, you're also playing, you take a look at J.J. Redick, 8-year NBA player, hired in 24 for the Lakers. But, you know, they've done a good job of really just stepping up with key personnel missing. The Thunder have what? I got to ask Nick Gallo about the man games they've lost. If Nick could be so much as to oblige me, that number's got to be north of 60 by now. What do you think? What do you got on that, Nick?
73 man games lost through the first 13 games here of the season. And so it's just remarkable. I mean, you're talking about basically 6 guys that you're missing every single night on average.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Final couple possessions here, and let's just get a couple more free throws in.
So 73 games, you're 12-1. You're coming out of a 6 games in 9 days. I mean, take a look at this, folks. The Thunder are right there, just below the Pacers, and you look at the reverse of records between those two.
Boy, just really tough for Indiana, though. When you think about not having Tyrese Halliburton, Nembhard's missed some time. Just a tough way for the Pacers to have to get through this year. Final 20 seconds. Thunder don't have to take a shot. And the fans who are up late with us going to be able to enjoy it. Another blowout victory here from Paycom Center. This time, the Thunder going to send home the Los Angeles Lakers 121-92. Blowout fashion, back-to-back nights.
As this Thunder team continues to play dominant basketball. And again here tonight, getting it done.
And you hold a team that's been scoring a whole lot of points in the Lakers, the 6th best offense, to just 92 points. And they've done it in fine fashions, being minus a lot of key personnel. We just showed you 73 man games lost. And yet the Thunder still keep rolling along. And it has been a historic start to season 18 here in Oklahoma City.
SGA right at his 30-point mark. 9 more assists. And the Thunder sending home this Lakers team that came in with confidence, that came in with momentum. But just too much firepower, too much offense, too much locked-in defense. And when you get the Thunder playing on both ends of the floor the way that they have been playing, they are very tough to beat.
And the Thunder need a much-needed 2 days off before traveling down to Charlotte, North Carolina on Friday. Day off tomorrow, travel day on Friday, but I'll tell you one thing, they are not taking any time off on defense, partner.
Well, it got going early in the game.
And it stayed at a high level. Plays like this, A.J. Mitchell off the turnover. The turnovers were a problem early, Mike.
Well, they just would not let the Lakers get comfortable. And they continually got deflections, and not only did they get the deflection, but they got the steal and was able to go on the other end and produce points.
All right, let's send it over to Gallo.
Thanks, Chris. Kaysen, from game plan to execution, the defense was just sensational tonight. What went into the team effort on that end?
Just knowing the assignment, just being ready for that task and, taking it head on, just being ready for the moment. And, we executed well.
All 5 guys were connected. You in particular, though, you continue to get these high-level matchups. Can you take me inside your process on a game day of how you prepare for guys like Luka Doncic and John Morant and Steph Curry night after night?
Yeah, I see a few clips before the game. Their games hasn't really changed much. They got their go-to moves, and they're known for doing certain things. So just trying to keep them away from those things and, just let the game come to me.
You had that baseline dunk, but I got to ask you, who did Jay Will look like on that no-look bounce pass?
He looked like magic, you know what I'm saying? Dropping a nice dime to me, he set me up good.
It wasn't just him. Everybody was passing the ball so well tonight. How has that evolved through the season, that connection on offense?
Get your hands off of me, boy. What do you say?
How's that connection evolved on offense as you guys continue to pass the ball so well?
Yeah, we were just finding an open man. We was attacking the paint, playing on 2 feet and just spraying it out.
All right, thanks so much, Kaysen. Congrats on the win.
I think Gallo looks pretty good, but he needs a little bit more here, Mike.
I'm not sure if that's Clint Eastwood.
You guys get so much support from the bench. How do you guys deal with all of this connection and love that you're getting with each other and not get distracted during the game?
We get easily distracted. We got a lot of clowns on the team, and, we just have fun with each other and just go out there and play.
All right, thanks, Kaysen. Appreciate you.
We got a lot going on there, Gallo.
It looks like they're clowning with him, too.
Got to get the chain on. Professor Gallo. And the jacket fits.
Oh, you got to love it, folks.
Everybody knows the assignment. Everybody aced the assignment tonight. What a game it was for the Thunder. 121-92 over the Los Angeles Lakers here from downtown OKC. For our director, Eric Dade, our producer, Steve Melton, Michael Cage, Nick Gallo, and our entire production crew, I'm Chris Fisher. Our next broadcast comes your way Saturday as the Thunder hit the road to take on the Charlotte Hornets with game time at 6 p.m. Thunder Live pregame starts at 5:30. Stay tuned after the break as Paris Lawson and Royce Young join us to recap all of tonight's action on Thunder Live postgame.